Alright guys, welcome to the very long overdue Feral Druid guide for world PvP and battlegrounds and just, staying alive for pretty much as long as you want to. Feral Druids excel and are one of the top world PvP and battleground classes to play. If you've never played a Feral Druid, not very that difficult in PvP as comparable to PvE, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. This video is going to be quite long, so I'm going to split this video into a few parts. Talents, Azerite traits, essences, and trinkets and toys and consumables. And if you want to skip ahead because you already know how to play a Feral Druid, I know my talents already, then I'll have the timestamps on the side of the video to the right of me. But without further ado, I'm going to go right into it because we got to get started. I'm not going to go too deep into the talents, telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just going to tell you what is good and why you should do it. But if you want to copy my build, the one that I love to do the most, when it comes down to doing good, clean damage and staying alive for as long as you want to, because we're not supposed to die, that's on you, then copy my build. Tier 1, Sabertooth, you're all about bite damage. Feral Druids are, all your damage comes from bites. We lost the whole bleed aspect from Legion and expansions before. We no longer do heavy bleed damage, so all our damage just comes from Ferocious Bite, and that's why we gotta go Sabertooth. Wild Charge, of course, have to do it. It's so important to go Wild Charge for leaping, which I'll show you in the future, and I'll actually show some references on it in front of you why we go Wild Charge. And a trinket that you have to have, Feral Druids, if you want to do world PvP, you have to have a trinket with this. That would be the Black Dragon Scale. Without the Black Dragon Scale, Wild Charge becomes basically useless, and I'll explain why. Feral Charge, when combined with Dragon Scale, you can do stuff like this. And I'll show you. You get in combat a little bit, I'm going to jump off this edge. Say I'm running away from some people, I'm going to go like this, I'm going to jump off and go whoop, and I can glide across ravines, across hills. You basically fly and float as a kitty. Okay. So important to have Wild Charge with that. And you can do that every 2 minutes? Actually, it's a long cooldown. Is it really 2 minutes? Holy shit, it's 2 minutes. Well, nerfed than it used to be. We used to have a parachute in our cloak back in the day before the legendary cloak, and we were able to do it every 30 seconds. Every minute, but now we can only do it every 2 minutes. Until Shadowlands, of course. Anyway, Wild Charge, go for it. Resto Affinity. Please go Resto Affinity, you need the heals. Our self-healing as Feral Druid is incredibly overpowered. I'm able to sit in combat with 3 people on me, and I'm just not dying. Resto Affinity, always popping heals, always using Swift Man off cooldown. I keep a rejuve on me at all times. Always keep a rejuvenation on me at all times, popping Swift Man off cooldown. You just don't really die, and you get the instant heals combined with everything else in our essences. You just have an incredible amount of self-healing. You're able to sustain yourself, even like a demon hunter, if not more. If not more. Without defenses. Next on the tree, we have Mass Entanglement. Have to go it. No bots. Have to. If you're by yourself and you want to solo the world and you want to go out there, you have to go Mass Entanglement. There's no other talent to choose. You can go Mighty Bash if you're dueling. If you're dueling, you can go Mighty Bash. If you're in with a healer, you can go Mighty Bash. If you're doing arenas, you can go Mighty Bash. If you're in a battleground, you can Mighty Bash. But if you're by yourself, out in the world, have to go Mass Entanglement. There's no bots. Okay, so if you guys are new to me and if you guys used to watch me, you would know that I switched my builds up. I used to run Savage Roar and Feral Frenzy. This level 75 and level 100 talent trees, I changed up a bit. I actually go Incarn and Moment of Clarity now. And here's why. They buffed Visions of Perfection. Back in recently before 8.3 launched. And with the buff and the increase with your neck level, the chance actually increases. And that's why Incarn has exceeded my Feral Frenzy Burst build. I used to do a Feral Frenzy Burst build, maximum healing, a lot of damage, but Incarn proccing back to back is insanely amazing. The amount of times it procs, let me see if I can get a proc here, turn the sound down a little bit so you don't pull your ears off. So if I can get a proc here, and willy-nilly attacking. I actually have a Weakaura, and I'll include all my Weakauras in the descriptions, by the way. MEOW. MEOW means I'm proccing my incarn right there. But here's the kicker. The reason why incarnation is so good is simply because every time it procs, you get a free stealth. So, or a free prowl, sorry, I just call it stealth. A free prowl every time it procs. So let's see if I can get it to proc again. Can I get a MEOW? You get a MEOW for me, or do I have to do it manually? Don't make me MEOW manually. I'll do it. Give it like 10 more seconds. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna do it manually. But every time you proc incarn or proc it yourself by hitting the incarn, you get a free prowl. So in the middle of combat, I can stealth rake and stun the target for 4 seconds. And that is incredibly overpowered. There it is procced again. So 30-second incarn. If you already use the prowl within one incarn, then you do not get another stealth rake, by the way. So you can't do it back to back, back to back. So it just keeps proccing. But it does heal you every time it procs, another 5% HP. So if you get lucky, you're getting 5%, 5%, 5%, incarn going up. Yeah, the combat's you can stealth rake. Another reason why it's also amazing, because 50% of the time, if I'm running away, I can actually stealth in the middle of combat and fly away. And fly away. Kind of like a Night Elf. It's like a Night Elf Druid on crack, because, you know, if you're a Night Elf Druid, you guys play a Night Elf Feral Druid, you would know that you can Shadow Melt flight form and fly away whenever you want. Same concept. I can go prowl with my instant prowl from the incarn proc and go flight form. Doesn't work all the time, but works a good number of times to save your life. I love incarn, especially with the 2.3 minute cooldown. Plus Visions of Perfection. Have to have Visions of Perfection with it. You do not use incarn if Visions of Perfection is a major. Visions of Perfection is insanely easy to get. You can do it within a week. You can literally get Visions of Perfection in a week. That's how easy it is to get. You do Mechagon on any difficulty, Heroic, Mythic, M+, get rank 1, do it again on any difficulty, get rank 2, make the rank 2, and you can just farm Junkyard, Workshop, keys, or do Mechagon normally on Heroic, and get rank 3 in 1 week. It takes less than a week to get rank 3 Vision Perfection. They'll work for it. Do the dailies, craft a second piece, boom. But you have to go with incarn. That's why it's so good. Brutal Slash, obviously. We go Brutal Slash, first thing on target. When we run PvP, you'll notice you'll be drive energy a lot outside of your incarn. That's why I just use Brutal Slash, because I'll just be trying to get those bites off, get enough comp points to do a bite regardless of whatever I'm doing. It's just nice to get some quick damage out, because you can hit it faster. And last but not least, Moment of Clarity. Now you can actually go Feral Frenzy. Like I use Moment of Clarity because I like the good sustained damage, and I love the increase of energy increase. So I can just get more shreds out. Because King of the Jungle, here's the thing, it kind of goes together a bit. Because Incarnation increases your shred damage, your shreds, as if they were stealthed. When you're stealthed, shred does an extra 30% increased damage. So basically, you had the 30% increased damage with the shred while stealthed. And a double critical strike chance while stealthed, while shred. Also, Moment of Clarity also has increased the damage of your next shreds by another 15% when you have Moment of Clarity. So it kind of goes together a bit, so you get more Moment of Clarity procs, and you're able to get more energy out and just get your bites out faster. Faster bites, more shred damage, insane shred damage with the combo of Moment of Clarity and that. You can go Feral Frenzy if you want to do like some big, like a burst. You just want to burst them down, get 2 bites out, and try to get burst out. That's up to you. But for longevity reasons, for faster bites, more healing, you get more healing back from Moment of Clarity. And the reason for that is because you're able to get your common points back faster, you're able to bite faster, so you're able to get the instant procs faster, your instant heals, like you see the Weakaura, right? So you can keep regrowthing yourself faster, and you just become a live lord. You just don't die. But that is talents. PvP talents are all the same. You can run Cyclone. This is my PvP talent build. Have to go Thorns. Have to go leader to pack. And this is just up to you. The middle tree is up to you. I like going Ferocious Wounds because you bite so much. Pretty much every target of yours has 16% less HP. Kind of like doing 16% damage to them, as if you're doing 16% damage to them. And that's it for the rest of the fight. I kind of enjoy it. You can go Fresh Wound if you want. You can go Kingdom Jump. It's up to you if you want to go Cyclone. Cyclone's not bad either. It's actually pretty good. If you just want to CC a target and get away, but you have to, it's a hard cast it. You can't instant cast it. You gotta hard cast it. But this is my combo. Trick with Thorns. This is a very important trick with Thorns. When you use Thorns, sorry, it likes to proc all the time. It procs so much, and you're gonna hear MEOW. I'm gonna give you this Weakaura, by the way. It's a good Weakaura in the description. Trick with Thorns. So a lot of classes that you're fighting, especially Demon Hunters, because everyone and their mother is playing a Demon Hunter, and we all love to fight Demon Hunters. I hate fighting. They can purge Thorns. They can purge magic effects. How do we counter that? Well, hold on, I need this guy to talk to me. How do we counter Thorns? Well, make sure you have regrowths up and other things to purge. So if I'm trying to do this, I'm gonna put Thorns up on my. I can't actually because my macro doesn't work. Who talks to me? I'm trying to put Thorns up on myself here. You attack me. Wait, who attacks me? The guy that attacks back. Are you? There you are. Nobody? Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna hard put it on myself because I have a macro where my macro that I use for Thorns puts Thorns on the target's target. So say I want to help somebody out, I can't just hit it and put Thorns on myself. Anyway, so what I'll do whenever I'm in the middle of combat is I'll be fighting, I'll put Thorns on myself, but I'll also regrowth and rejuve myself during that. So they have what, a 35% chance to purge it? They basically have a 35% chance to purge it. Or so. My math is not accurate. Don't question me. So yes, they can purge it because purging just purges a random buff on a target. You don't get to choose. It's not the most recent. Trust me, I've tested it. People have said it's the most recent magic effect on you. No, it's not. It's just whatever magic effect it's on you. Random one. So I put Thorns on me, and then I hit regrowth, and then I hit rejuve. So Demon Hunters, pesky Demon Hunters and Shamans can't purge my Thorns off. Or mages. Well, not that you would want a Thorns of mage. Don't ever put Thorns of mage. But stuff like that, it's really important because Thorns is one of your highest damaging abilities and a really good deterrence. So make sure you don't get purged off. Please, it's so good. Get used to it. Regrowth, rejuve, whenever you Thorns. You can cover it up. Anyway, and with that, we're done with talents. I told you it'd be long. You know I'm talking fairly fast. It's gonna be a long one. Do we get the choice of choosing which Azerite traits we want until we've had a bunch of Azerite gear. Obviously, if you have a bunch of 460s because you've been gambling them at the trader down below, then you should have a bunch of 460s to choose from. But if you're trying to use 475s, well, beggars can't be choosers because by now I'm sure you may have 3 475s or 2 or 1. But you can't choose which one you get. But the most important gear to have, or trait to have, for Azerite traits for PvE is Masterful Instincts. You want 3 times Masterful Instincts. I'm being serious. You want, I don't care about your Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury and Masterful Instincts are your best traits. Third in line is Wild Frustrating for PvP. You want 3 times, although I want you to focus on 3 times Masterful Instincts. If you do not have Masterful Instincts, go Jungle Fury. If you don't want Jungle Fury, go Wild Frustrating. In that order. And I'll list it on the screen so you don't have to backtrack like, what the fuck did he say? Did you say it too fast? Yeah. In order, Masterful Instincts times 3, Jungle Fury, and Wild Frustrating. That is your order of operations. But the reason why, I won't go into detail the others, because you should read them, Masterful Instincts is so good is because for 30 seconds you gain a shit ton of mastery, cut in half by the way, it's not full, cut in half, and a shit ton of armor. So I won't do the math of the mastery, but I only have 1 right now. I only have 1, so I'm going to take that off. But for 30 seconds I have an extra, how much mastery right now? Well, 912 because I only have 1. I used to use 3 back in 8.2, and 1600 mastery, 1600 armor. If you have 3, let me tell you what's going to happen. So I've had 3 before, and if you have 3, you have so much armor, it's like having 25% damage reduction from physical attacks for 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, you have 25% reduced damage from physical attacks. That's how much extra armor you get. And it's amazing. In the mastery increase, you do an extra 40% damage from your bites for 30 seconds if you have times 3. It's the kicker. So it's hard to get times 3 because I'd rather just use my 480s. My 480s are doing wonders, so I get more stamina, more agility back. I'd rather just use the 480s at the moment. But I'm working on it. I'm trying my hardest to get 3 again. So I could just be another Live Lord thanks to a tank. It's like going bear form of being cat form. Bear cat, basically. That's Azerite traits. Yeah, I went through that one pretty fast. It wasn't too bad. I'm gonna get through this video about maybe you can break the 20-minute mark. Well, trying to finish it in 20 minutes. Because, you guys watched half the video anyway. Alright, next is on the line is essences. Essences. So we already went over Visions of Perfection. You already know you need Visions of Perfection to do this build. And I'll go over the other build briefly at the end. You already need Visions of Perfection for this build. So that's a given. The rest of the essences are also required to live as long as you want. This is a build for solo. I want to remind you guys, my build for Feral Druids are for solo play. This is not for, I'm going to do arenas with my healer partner so I don't need to worry about staying alive. This is for, I'm my own healer, I'm my own damage, and I'm my own tank. Yada yada yada. So, Lucid Dreams is a must. Conflict, Breath of the Dying. This is a very good healing build. Now I have a lot of versatility right now, so I don't have to go Conflict. In fact, I'll also go Purification Protocol out of Confidence Drivers. Depends what I'm feeling at the moment. But this is my actual super healing build. Visions of Perfection, Memory Lucid Dreams, which also gives you versatility, by the way. Purification Protocol, that's a weird one. You may wonder why I want to go Purification. It procs so damn much. So, Purification Protocol procs so much, you get insane amounts of static healing. It's like, how much do Growth heal for? Kind of curious for a moment. Growth heals for 7,000, and Purification Protocol heals for 5,500. You can see on my healing list right here on my left of my screen of the Purification Protocol. That is the blue-looking meteor icon. Proc it again, but it procs in heavy combat when you're actually fighting players. It procs back to back so much that you pretty much just have a constant stream of like an extra rejuve, like a little bit smaller rejuvenation on you at all times. Imagine having 2 rejuves on you pretty much the whole entire time. It's a lot of healing from Purification Protocol. Also, it does damage. But that's not important. The damage part is not important. We just want the extra healing from Purification Protocol, and that's what's really good about it. Breath of the Dying, of course, is also really good. I mean, the damage from Breath of the Dying is insane. What I sometimes do in combat, and you'll see me do it a lot when you're playing, is that I'll actually just root them in place and let the bleeds do the work, because the Breath of the Dying procs off bleeds. Well, when you're at 20% HP, it procs more. Rank 3, it's insane amounts of proc chance, and does the extra damage. But it procs off bleeds and whatnot. So here, it's still procking. My Purification Protocol is still procking, by the way, right now. And my Breath of the Dying. So they'll honestly just roll over and die. My Breath of the Dying just procced again. Heals are 27,000. So, procking damage and heals from Breath of the Dying, damage and heals from Purification Protocol, heals from Memory of Lucid Dreams, and heals from Vision of Perfection. So all these essences that have auto passive heals constantly procking on you at all times. 25,000 heal for my Vision of Perfection proc right there. Tons of healing passively, not including your regrowth. So let's just have it stack all the way up. Let's go. Let's see how big I can make this healing meter. Constant self heal, Sunnies. Keep the regrowths going, keep the rejuves going. You just don't die with this essence spell. You become a Live Lord. It's like having your own healer on you. You're the only one. A lot of fun. That's why I run this build. Just because when you want to try and 1v2, 1v3 and stay alive, how you do it. The way to go. Anyway, let's go into, that's essences. We did Azerite traits. The last part of the segment is a very quick one. Gear. The best. And this is the one you have to work for the most. This is probably the hardest when it comes down to being a new Feral Druid. It shouldn't be too hard because people pug the bosses all the time. Anzig. How about Anzig? Anzig is the weapon from Mott. in the new raid. Comes from the second boss. It's actually not that bad. Pretty easy to get. Comes from the second. Sorry, clear the throat. Comes from the second boss in the new raid. Very easy to get. People run the first 4 or 5 bosses with 455 to 460 item level. People constantly do new runs with new players all the time on LFR or LFG. Sorry, not LFR. I mean, you can do LFR, but you don't want. I mean, don't go on LFR. That's precious. I mean, you can, but you want at least the heroic version. Obviously, you at least want the heroic version. Anzig does so much damage. I mean, the heals aside, because Anzig does also heal you for 2% of your 2% of the health as well, that's why you're seeing the extra heal there. That's my Anzig, the little soul siphon icon. That's my Anzig going off constantly. Now, you can. It's just, but the best part about it is not just the healing. I mean, it's just procs constant. Look at that. Look how much it procs. It's just constantly procking back to back. But besides the healing, the damage alone from Anzig is just insane. Usually by the end of most fights, it's like second or third of my damage is just Anzig. And you can see it just going up right there, trying to compete with Brutal Slash. It's trying to compete with Brutal Slash here. Oh no, Ferocious Shred is in the lead. But Anzig back to back can just beat out Shred and sometimes be next in line of Ferocious Bite. The damage from it is just insane, even at heroic level. It's based on HP, so even if you don't have the mythic level, you need the heroic level. So try your hardest to get Anzig above anything else. Of course, you also need the first one. We talked about it already, but you really want to try to get the Dragon Scale if you want to wall PvP as a Feral Druid. You need that Dragon Scale so you can slow fall and jump off cliffs. You do the pesky little tricks and stuff, so you can do that, and among other things. Next trinket that you probably won't get, but it's amazing. I like to use it, but if you can get it and you're like a high-level Feral Druid that can kill heroicness off, is Lingering Psychic Shell. This is a trinket that I'm sure a bunch of PvPers and arena players want, but are having trouble working on it. They're having trouble working on it because it drops from N'Zoth, and you can't get it on any class but a tank class. Kind of like the old, what was it called? What was it from BOD? You know how everyone was running BOD and really wanted the Opulence trinket, the Reflective Prism, or the nerf? Kind of like that. Same concept, but it drops from N'Zoth, the Lingering Psychic Shell. It's a 1 minute cooldown, 110,000 absorption shield. It's cut in half in PvP. Doesn't matter. Even if it's cut in half in PvP, 110,000 on use, 1 minute cooldown absorption shield is amazing. Whenever I'm in trouble before somebody stuns me, pop the trinket. It's like having an extra 100,000 HP. It's so good, very reactive to block, like, you know, if I get caught with a Rain from Above, a Demon Hunter, or I can't block a Chaos Bolt or 2, I can block a Chaos Bolt or 2 with it, Pyroblast with it, block spells, you know, just, you know, prevent so much use. And it's only 1 minute cooldown, so you can really use it prestigiously or cognitively when you want to block spells with it. Kind of like, you know, Shadow Mel. Use it as an interrupt. I can't interrupt that Chaos Bolt, pop it. Only 1 minute cooldown, so you're always going to have it as a backup. One of my favorite trinkets to use right now. Although it is heroic, I mean, you can get it on normal. Actually, how much does it absorb for normal? I actually never checked. Wait. Cut in half, so it'll be 90,000. It would be around 95,000 for normal. Not too bad. I mean, it's still okay on normal, I guess, but you're going to want the heroic version, obviously. But if you can get it, get it. I know it's hard because it is N'Zoth, so for new players trying to get this trinket is, you know, all over the place, but I would work my hardest for it. I forgot to mention it. I'll include it in the end of this, but corruptions, that's something I'll go over as well. As far as anything else for trinkets and consumables, I like to go all out with my PvP. I like to go all out with consumables. I flask, I buff up, I versatility food. I use rocket boots. Rocket boots, important one. Norphin engineering. Now, I'm going to teach you guys about rocket boots. It's very fun to use. It's one of my favorite things to use because you could use potions as well. Say you don't want to level Norphin engineering to 75. You can use potions. You can buy life of potions and swift of potions and sky step potions. Same thing. It'll make you run really fast. It'll make you run super fast. But the best part of rocket boots is malfunctions. Malfunctions, when they shoot you up in the air, they're so much fun. They allow you to escape mostly anything. Malfunctions save your life. Best thing that can never happen. You're in a pickle, because you only really pop rocket boots when you're in danger. So when it shoots you up in the air like that, and you can just fly away. It's like, yes, best thing in the world. If you want to get it, very easy to get. Go to Northrend, Dalaran, and Northrend, not Legion, not in Broken Isles. Go to Northrend, Dalaran, learn engineering, and get it to 75. I recommend looking up a Northrend engineering guide on Google to save your time and your gold. Because if you just try to do it yourself, you might waste a little bit too much gold. Because Northrend supplies for engineering can be kind of expensive, because nobody really farming it anymore. I would recommend doing that and looking up a guide. Really important, you're going to waste a lot of gold if you try to buy the Saronite bars. You will have to use Saronite bars with the Northrend engineering. With that in mind, I'm going to tell you this right now. Make sure that you learn mining and smelt your own bars. Buy Saronite ore, smelt your own bars. It's way cheaper. People will sell the ore, but they won't sell the bars rarely. And if they do sell the bars, it's probably like tens of thousands of gold. So buy the ore and smelt it yourself with Northrend mining. You may have to drop a profession, but trust me, it's worth it. Well, I mean, unless you're just loaded with gold, in which case just buy the bars. Or pay some other guy to do it. But I use engineering or rocket boots, or sorry, nitro boots. They changed the name halfway through the expansions. Nitro boots, a lot of fun. Have to do it. Last but not least, let's go over it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Corruptions. Obviously, corruptions are all over the place. I can't really tell you what's good and what's... I can tell you what's good, but I can't tell you that you'll get it. Ever. You know, I'd love to tell you that you want a Mind Flayer in versatility procs, versatility mastery, and a Mind Flayer tentacle. Mind Flayer tentacles are just downright insane for PvP in general, because the CC, they slow targets and they do a lot of damage. If I could get a rank 3 Mind Flayer tentacle, I would use it, or even a rank 2. Rank 2, rank 3, I would use it. But you could honestly go the whole rest of the expansion, play 4 characters, and never see any Mind Flayer tentacle. That's just RNG for you. There's so many different corruptions, combinations between rank 1 through 3, that the odds of you ever seeing the one you want, well, very rare. Which is very rare, you know? But I'm not going to recommend that you just, you know, get what you get. But I'm going to tell you what's best. Mind Flayer Tentacle, top notch. Then Mastery procs and Versatility procs. Especially for Feral Druids. We love our versatility. Versatility keeps you alive. Versatility. Versatility procs and Mastery procs. Now, you have what you have. Like, if you have haste procs, you have crit procs, you have an Infinite Stars, you have a TD. Even TD is not bad, but TD is like all over the place because it, I don't really like TD, personally. It's not just good sustainable damage, does not help you stay alive. It's just good, it's just damage. And watch the corruption as well. You don't want to go over 40 corruption in PvP. Especially if you have, imagine having your 1v3 and you get a bad eyeball on you, and you get stunned in your own eyeball, which I'm sure you guys have experienced. Yeah, that's not a fun time. Then the thing from beyond hits you while you're stunned and you're like, I guess I'll just die. Don't run over 40 corruption in PvP. That is a must. But yeah, just you have what you have. If you happen to have the top 3 that I just suggested to you, well, that's all the better. I think that pretty much covers it all. I don't think I missed anything with this guide. It was a quick one. I didn't really want to linger too on about too much, but yeah, Feral's a lot of fun, guys. Feral Druids, especially in PvP, is just, when it comes to world PvP, is what I do. They stay alive. They're one of the top tiers. If not, they probably may even beat Demon Hunters now. Sort of. Demon Hunters obviously can still jump into giant piles, and thanks Papa Shocked for following me while I'm offline. Demon Hunters can still obviously like jump into bases into thrones and AoE and stay alive because they have AoE leech. Oh hell, you know, I've never even gotten my first leech corruption. Speaking of corruptions, my one build I wanted to do was just leech. I haven't seen one leech corruption, so there's that. I want to do a leech build one day, but we'll get to it eventually. But that's that. If you guys have any questions, I'll make sure to answer them in the comments. if you guys want to. I'll have all my Weakuras, including my kitty one. I know you guys probably really want that more than this one. I always have my bleeding Weakura down below in the stream, but I'm sure you guys also want my MEOW Weakura. So they'll be down below in the stream. I'll include yours as well, so you guys can have all that. So before you all go asking, it'll be there. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them in the comments. Cheers, guys.